Welcome to another Mercy Moment, an Emery episode. And if you haven't been with us on this journey, maybe a friend passed on this video to you as an encouragement in the midst of the busyness of life to slow down and step back and renew perspective. My name is Zach, and the heart of these episodes is to renew perspective, to renew our hearts, and to see things more clearly. Because I don't know about you, friends, but the fast-paced culture we live here in America, at least, is sometimes overwhelming and becomes very exhausting. I know in my own life I've traded rest for productivity. I've traded what's best for what is good. And there's moments like I've had just in the last 20 minutes or so where I've sat down, I've turned on some music that will alter my perspective, and I've just stopped. And I want to invite you to do the same thing in this episode. We live in a culture of multitasking where if you're not doing multiple things, you're not doing a good job. At least that's the way our culture sees it. But I want to challenge you right now to stop everything, to sit down, to enjoy this music. This is prayer music. This music will clear your mind, clear your heart, and renew your soul. It's so important to stop, to be still, to take moments of silence and solitude. Because the fast pace is wearing our body, it's wearing out our heart, our cardiovascular system is overworked because we keep a pace that is totally unhealthy. I know in my life one of the biggest areas that this shows up in, how rushed I am, is when I'm eating and I'm just shoveling it in. I'm not a tiny dude, but I overeat, and it shows up in the way I feel, and it's something that I'm taking inventory of as I was learning a lot from a nutritionist today. I had a really cool opportunity. That's a whole nother subject, but the fast pace wears on every facet of our human existence. And there's nothing more powerful I've found in my life. I had a really cool spot in Phoenix at the church. It's now called the Dream Center. It used to be Phoenix First Assembly, and they have a prayer room. It's epic. It's up on the hill over there off of Cave Creek, if you're familiar with Phoenix. And in my college years, between going to school, which is fast-paced, and then going to work at Costco, it was like my in-between gap, and I would stop everything, and I would go in there and I would say, Father, I need to hear your voice, need your direction. I want to lay before you these important details in my life. I was planning to propose to Kimberly, and I was working through those things, and I would journal my prayers. It was a powerful season of my life, and I would journal my prayers out. And as I did that, I get to look back on that season as I was fathered by God. I know your soul aches for that because you may not have a good biological earthly dad. You may have men that have treated you like crap your whole life. But I'm telling you, our Father, the one who created us, who breathes all life into existence, He is the Father. That's how He's revealed Himself. Father, everlasting Father. Man, to encounter the living God and understand Him through the way He's revealed Himself, not the way I want to perceive Him, not the way that I think about Him, as is common in our culture of the buffet belief system of a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but rather seeing Him as He really is. Friends, I can't tell you how renewing, how restorative and healing it is to know Him as He really is. You may have been hurt by religion. You may have been hurt by those that call themselves whatever belief system, Christian, Muslim, whatever it is, maybe you've been turned off and you've turned your heart against God altogether and said, if that's what people that say they believe in him or know him walk like, I want nothing to do with him. I think it was Gandhi that said, I like your Jesus, but I don't like his followers. There was a turnoff. But I want to encourage you. Let's take this moment and let's renew. Let's recalculate. And let's totally empty preconceptions. God has revealed himself as Father. This is one of the most powerful revelations that I've received continually in my life, in the greatest pain, the greatest agony, and in the moments of deep exhaustion. He always comes through and speaks to my heart. He's working in the midst of these circumstances. Just the other night, this will come up in another episode, but there was a blood moon. I think it was just this couple days ago, the beginning of this week, and my neighbor next door, who of all people moved from Florida and came to Colorado for his daughter, who's been 7 years with heart issues since she was born. A dad who gets it. Man, God fathered me, spoke to my heart. Zach, you're not alone. But this dad invited me over, my new neighbor, said, hey, I have a telescope. Come check this out, man. It's beautiful. And I came over and I got to share my heart. I was really struggling that day. I was feeling really alone, isolated. And as I looked through the telescope, it changed me. It changed my perspective. Perspective is the vast majority of my issues boil down to my perspective being wrong. I found this through many trials, many circumstances. When I'm missing it, often it is a matter of my perspective. And it was so cool as I looked through that telescope and I looked up at the moon, beautiful red, I believe solar eclipse, just beautiful. And as I got in the shower that night after that encounter with my neighbor and looking through the telescope, it was so cool. He fathered me. My father spoke to me, he said, and just revealed this to my heart. Zach, you've been taking a microscopic approach to life all day, taking what's immediately in front of you and zeroing in on it and magnifying it. And it's led to frustration, to me reaching my wit's end, man. I was done. But as I looked through the telescope, he then revealed something. Zach, you've got to take a telescopic view of life. Look out into the far future and see what's there. And get that as a close-up perspective as my focus. Well, this is what the word that is so commonly known as vision. Having a vision, seeing beyond what is immediately right now. And God says very clearly in his word, my people perish with a lack of vision. This is a powerful word, friends. Have you received vision? Do you see beyond what you're facing right now and what's going on in your life? If you don't, and you're in a trial, you're in suffering, you're hard pressed, you will grow weary, lose heart, and quit. If you're in a good place and that's all you see, you might get distracted and miss some very important details. So whether you're in a good place, bad place, doesn't matter. Vision is critical. So let's take a moment. Let's just pause. Let's pause. Silence, solitude. Let's renew our souls. Let this music minister your spirit now. Breathe in deeply. Let it out. Stop holding it in. Stop letting the busyness control your spirit. David said something very powerful in the Psalms. He said, be still and know that I am God. When's the last time you paused? You put pause on life You said, that can wait. I need to get alone with him. Maybe you've never done that in your life because you haven't understood God as Father. I invite you tonight. I'm not going to keep talking anymore. I want you to do this seriously. So shut off this video and enjoy moments of renewal. If you have nature around you, you have a forest, you have a stream, you have a quiet spot, go there and just silence everything. Put everything on pause, put your phone on sleep, or turn it off. And take that moment. May your soul be renewed. I love you, friends. And out for now. Look forward to our next adventure together.